Hello, hello. Welcome on into another episode of the Whiskey Crusaders. I'm Will.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Matt.
We are continuing our discussion of Old Pulteney. Today we have in front of us the 25-year-old. We have this big old bottle that we are tasting the last bit of for you.
Yes.
And for science.
For science, especially. All right, so this is the 25-year-old now. We're lucky enough to get a sample vial from Steph Ridgway as well when she was here. And this is 46%. It is second fill bourbon barrels for 20 to 21 years, and then another 4 to 5 in Oloroso sherry. So this is it's 46, I think it's also 46%, but it is, I guess, from the place that it's in the dunnage, it's the kiln walls where it used to, it still stays wet, and it's never dried out, and that's where this barrel stays, and apparently it makes magic in that barrel house. Oh, and it does.
The nose smells magical.
Oh, yeah.
There are rich, dark berries in here.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a fruit salad in the glass.
So it's creamy and toffee. This one's got that coffee and chocolate too.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
I was just finding that in there. It's not in the front like it was in the
No,
other.
that one was like the predominant nose, and this one's. It's also got your baking spices and some almonds. It's really. This one's like really sugary, like a cake frosting.
It seems sweetest out of all of them.
Yeah, I would say that for sure.
But I think it has more fruit tendencies than the others as well.
I feel like this is the most influenced by the sherry cask.
For sure.
Yeah,
On the nose,
dark
on the
berries.
nose at least.
Yeah, very dark. And salty.
It smells so good. I don't get as much salt on this.
It's not
one.
as salty as the other, as the 18 I think was, but it's definitely there. And and I don't know, of course, how far down into the dungeon. This thing's probably pretty deep in there, would be my guess, just based on where they were saying. But you still get the salt in the nose. But
we have a dessert with a butterscotch pudding, a little bit of caramel on top, and a sea salt. And this reminds me very much of that dessert.
Yeah, the 18 without dessert was like, this is dessert whiskey.
Yeah.
Big time. All right, I can't resist. We're going to try this now.
Oh yeah. It's creamy. It's fruity.
Oh, yeah.
It's got berries. It's got some chocolate. It's wonderful.
Yeah, definitely berries and chocolate.
The brine shows up just barely. It's really not there
I don't get
as
it
much as the others.
This one, I find the salt just mid-tongue.
Oh, and I'm getting it on the sides of my tongue. It's just kind of lightly there.
It's definitely not as prominent as the others.
Oh,
This is beautiful.
And to me, it's not briny salt. It's just a little sea salty.
Yeah, it's like that caramel sea salt, like you were saying.
Right.
Yeah. It's really sweet salt, I would say, for sure. But yeah, so much berries and chocolate in this. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, Lord.
That is an amazing dram.
Yeah, we are very lucky to be able to be doing a
Yeah, because I
review
think
on
they
this
said
right
the
now.
bottle's like $500, something like so.
Jeez.
Not cheap.
No.
But if you can afford it and you can find one, I would totally buy this.
totally
Absolutely.
buy it.
This is amazing. This is, really and truly though, for a lot of 25s, that's really not that bad of a price
Right.
compared to other 25s. They're all in that price range or higher, so
Right.
I'd say that's actually a decent price.
What's the water do?
The water brought down the proof spice and elongated the finish. So if this is a little bit too powerful for you at 46, the drop of water brings that proof spike down and elongates the finish. You don't lose really any of the flavors from it, which is really good. I was worried as I was putting that drop in. But everything stayed fairly constant besides the proof spike, which I'm okay with that dropping a little bit.
Excellent.
Yeah, you get a little more citrus and cinnamon on the finish I get on
Yeah.
this one. This is a long finish as well, so
It's very complex. I mean, I could sit here and spend a lot of time with this, and
absolutely.
I'm sure the more it opens up, the more
For
the
sure.
more you find. But we don't really have the luxury
Yeah,
to experiment with that right now.
exactly. Yeah. I think it's great.
This is great.
While we
Oh my
still have a
God.
little bit left in our
Yeah.
glass.
Absolutely.
Keep on crusading for better whiskey in your glass.
Cheers. Empty that one out.
That's kind of one of the best we've ever had. That is
Yeah, that's really
phenomenal
good.
stuff. Yep.